power play that Duchesne scored on, there was a lot to like on that power play, but what stood out to you the most and just how dominating their play was there?
Well, the retrievals of the puck, and Dutchie had a lot to do with that also. There were so many pucks to the blue and loose pucks after. I thought Dutchie did it, and I'm sure there's a couple other guys, but I just noticed Dutchie retrieve a lot of pucks to keep us in the zone. Jonesy makes another play at the blue line. We just tried to stay with it.
John, can you you have so many players on this team that have garnered headlines and talk this year. Can you just discuss what Boone Jenner means to this team, especially in a setting like this? And does his importance and your respect for him sort of elevate in these games?
That's the best I've seen him play since I've been here. At a very important time, obviously, and we're getting a lot out of that line. He's leading the way, makes a couple of huge blocks at the end. Yeah, he is. There's no maintenance to him. I've bounced him around on the power play, off the power play, bounced him around on different lines. He just plays. And for some of our young guys, they don't need to look too far as what a pro is. They just need to look right there in his stall.
John, what did you know about Matt Duchesne before you started coaching him, and what have you learned about him?
I didn't know anything about him. Obviously, I knew he was a really good player, talented player. Can he defend? Is he coachable? You get all those questions. You have all people giving you all this information. Since I have coached him, the thing I truly respect about him, he's a hockey player. He likes talking hockey. He's always involved with the video, looking for extra video. He's been he's made some big plays at key times for us here, in a guy that's very inexperienced in playoffs. So it's a good marriage for us as far as the deadline, getting us situated, and he's making some big plays for us here.
John, a couple of your guys tonight said that the thing that they notice about this team that has maybe set them apart from past teams is their camaraderie. Is that chemistry coming from winning, or is the winning coming from the team's chemistry?
Well, I think it's a good question. I think as I thought it all started, it's funny what happens in playoffs, just certain plays in that Tampa series when we come back in that first game, and I go back to that play that we've all talked about, is the save Bob makes to keep it 3-0 instead of 4, and then we score a goal to make it 3-1. And it gives us an opportunity to come back in that game. I think that starts galvanizing you as far as just believing. And as we went about our business, we find a way to beat that team. So certainly winning helps, but I'm not sure which one comes first. Different situations arise, and I'm not sure which one comes first.
John, after game one, you put Seth Jones at the top on that power play and took Werenski off, so you put a right-handed shot instead of a left. Why do you think that is working against this particular team? What has that change done for your power play?
You get no information from me about that. We're still in the middle of a series.
John, did you have any favorite Bobrovsky saves tonight?
He when we were holding on there, he's played that well, and I think if teams find their way in winning games like this, playoff games where the teams are so evenly matched throughout it, surges both ways, your goaltender has to be your best player, and he has been.
John, when the arena's like that, just going crazy, probably the loudest I've heard it, how much do you guys feed off that? How much do the players feed off that?
Yeah, you got to ask them about that. I think it's, I don't want to, I think we've got to be really careful here. We got a game in 2 days, and I don't want to get too, we just got to make sure we keep our wits about ourselves. But I'm happy that the people are able to experience some things in this building, and we win a game tonight. I'm glad they're part of it. But we go back to work tomorrow and get ready for our next game.
The 2-1 goal for them that was allowed, were you surprised it was allowed after it was waved off on the ice?
It's the right call.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the right call.
Let me ask you this, how do you think your team responded to that? I know you had a break there between you had intermission to maybe settle yourself. But how do you think you
I
responded?
don't think that affected us. I don't think it affected. I thought we started off early, but we held on in that second half of that third period. And, people can criticize, they took their foot off the gas, they're holding on to the lead. It's human nature. That team is just taking chance after chance. And you just end up being a little bit safe in certain situations instead of making plays. And we had some nerves. But you know what? We blocked shots at the end. Our goaltender stood on his head at key times, and we find a way to win the game.
Zach Werenski said he thinks his game is come along. He's combined the offense with the defense. What have you seen from him in the playoffs?
Well, just that. He's one of our top players. We've talked about this guy 100 times. You know how I feel about it. He has really grown defensively, and he's one of our top offensive guys.
John, what are you picking up from your guys in terms of mentality after each win, before they go into the next game? Like, are you picking something up? Do you see a belief that continues to grow? Is there some things signs that you see?
The thing that's important, and we certainly talk about it the next day. Yeah, I want them to be as excited as they possibly can tonight. They have a right to be. But when we come back the next day, it's time to work, and that's where I think as we've played more playoff games as an organization the past few years, that's what we're beginning to learn, especially right now. You come back, you win your home game after you split in Boston, and we have to be really careful as far as where we go with this. The next few hours, damn right, you should feel 10 feet tall. When we come back to the building tomorrow and get back to work, this is where I think our team has made some tremendous strides in understanding, just flatline a little bit here and get ready for our next game.
John, did you see the punch to the back of the head that Brad Marchand put to Scott Harrington?
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I'm not giving you my thoughts. I don't need to give any thoughts on that. You guys can come up with something there.
Right here. John, the third period, you guys were in the penalty, and then Anderson come down and drew a penalty. Was that just another one of those plays in the clutch defensively that you guys were making in the third period?
Yeah, well, you could tell Andy saw that it was a forward, I think it's a really smart play by Andy in really testing him. And I think it was Marchand, and I think Bergeron was the other guy back. I think it's a really smart play as far as trying to bring it to the net and try to draw something. They've got a really good power play. It's a one-goal game, and we don't let them stay on that power play too long because of that play. Thank you.